guys, welcome to Spirit Chill, where we talk about everything how to chill out your spirit. So today we're gonna ignore how much shit's in my room because I'm doing simple living right now. Oh, hold on, my dog wants to get outside as soon as I start this. So basically, I just kind of wanted to make this like a short little clip or whatever. Mostly because I wanted to I feel like I advertise like my artwork like everywhere except for YouTube. I am going to try to do some more like, I don't know, like artsy videos and maybe even just some like outside stuff, just so you guys can see how I like keep my fucking vibe up all the time. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna think about like the proper way to make like an artsy video, because I stream on Twitch, so when I do artwork, I'm already streaming live, and I don't know, I guess I could pay for like this monthly thing where I could stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at the same time, but I don't know, I need some more income for that sort of thing, because that does cost like a monthly subscription. We'll think about that in the future though. But for now, we're gonna excuse the titties you just saw. Don't mark this video, please, because it's just artwork, I swear. Anyway, so, I won't show you that picture. If you want to see the boobies, it's up on my Etsy, because I can advertise that sort of thing there. YouTube's kind of touchy about stuff. So, let me just I'll show you a few of my paintings so you can know what the fuck this bitch is talking about already. So basically, I am getting really like back into art, like through all my spiritual stuff, my spiritual journey. I really for a long time, like I was really into art. My dad draws, I draw. I'm getting into like painting and sculpting and stuff, like clay sculpting and then making jewelry and that sort of thing. My Etsy shop and just in general, just because it's like a good energy release for me. It's a good outlet for like, not even when I'm upset. I do like to do shadow work, and I feel like I'm gonna make a whole video about shadow work with art like some other time, just because there's like a lot of stuff you could really get into with that. So we're just gonna excuse that her titties are out as well. I'm gonna also put, this one's not posted on my Etsy, but this is a more recent painting that I've done. Actually, I think that's the latest painting that I've done. I just haven't painted in a while. I kind of started getting into like sculpting Christmas presents for people. But yeah, this is like my as above, so below, as within, so without type of painting. A few of my paintings are kind of like this as well, but this one is kind of like an in-between angel. Like, I don't know if you can kind of tell like from her like sad, sorrow, confusion, and she's like above the earth, and she's like kind of caught in between two universes, two different dimensions. So that's kind of what that one's about. I will post that one probably later today on Etsy. Just, if you guys, I'll see about it, because I have a lot of listings already that haven't really moved anywhere, so I'll think about that. If you guys want to buy that one, just kind of hit me up in my comments or message me on one of my socials. But here's some other stuff that I've done. This one I don't have to give you the finger with. But yeah, I like to do a lot of like shadow work. I like to do a lot of just outlet type of art and just being able to express my own soul through artwork. And I think that's how like any really good artist really does it. I mean, they also have like their own individuality and like a theme usually to their artwork. Mine is, I feel like, I don't know, I could consider it like all over the place, but I guess it is kind of themed like, collective consciousness and sort of thing. But it's a really good way for me to release energy that I'm holding on to. So like if I ever have like energy that I do feel like I'm holding on to, I mean, like other than like meditating and going outside for walks and stuff and getting sunlight, I also really enjoy, just sitting in my own room, in my own energy bubble that I create, and just kind of releasing here, because I feel like, one, it's a good way to release, but it's also a good way to communicate.
Like there's this sort of communication through artwork that we just don't get anywhere else, and it's expressive, and it's also perspective. Going back to my perspective painting. By the way, this is like, I know my bed's on the floor, but this is like right next to my bed. So whenever I'm like just sitting there laying in bed, I just look at that painting, and a lot of people have had conversations with me even where they mention the word perspective, and I'll find myself looking at this painting. This one's also kind of like an as above, so below, as within, so without type of painting. A lot of my spiritual stuff is. But it's, it clicks to me that these are very important paintings, one to me, but also to my journey. So, like, it's all about perspective with art, right? It's all about, like, the individual who looks at the painting, they start to feel a certain thing within themselves, an energy that's kind of trying to communicate through them, through the artwork. And it's, I don't know, it's like we get that with music, we get that with artwork, we get that with poetry, and I'm sure a lot of other things I just can't think of right now. But it's, it's this way that we can connect with each other without saying words. And I think that's something really beautiful about artwork in any form, whether it be music, poetry, or, painting or drawing or whatever. Like, there's just something that we can express without words. We'd never be able to express with words. I mean, there's certain things you could probably express with words. I could tell you about this painting, but you wouldn't feel this painting. You know what I mean? Okay, and now we're going to get to this mess over here, this cluster fuck I am going to clean today, I promise. Don't look at me like that. But, this is also my art table. This is obviously where I have a bunch of different crap laid out. Yeah, I'm definitely going to organize this today. It is cleaning day, okay? So, there's different forms of art. My dad actually sculpted this, by the way. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do some clay sculpting with him. And also, okay, this just sparked in my mind, bonding. Like, invite somebody over to do artwork with. I was sitting there painting, or no, I wasn't painting, I just bought a coloring book that I got from somebody else's Etsy, by the way. I'll show you that in a second. But, I was sitting there coloring with my friend, and, there's just something that you can, think about and feel and connect with people when you're sitting there doing artwork. And there's just, this shared energy that you can't really, you can get with just hanging out with somebody, but there's just something about being able to just sit there, chill, not even speak words, and just sit there and paint with each other. And, just bond and learn from each other too. Like if you're doing painting and drawing or even sculpting, like I was talking about with my dad, there's a lot you can, learn from each other through artwork. And, like I said, there's certain things that take physical activity or even just a different type of perspective to really understand about artwork. Let me get this out of the sun so you can see it a little bit better. So, maybe it's just my camera. I think there might be something on the screen. On the lens, I mean. But, there's a lot of things that we can't really, like I said, communicate with words. And also we can't exactly understand with words. Oh yeah, it was something on my screen. So, just even if you're not good at art, or, I wouldn't even say that. I would just say if you don't consider yourself good at art, that really doesn't matter, because there's no good or bad art. There just really isn't. Yeah, you can, not be that great at doodling or something, but there's other things that you can, one, practice, and two, also, maybe you're good at some other form of art. I like to do a variety of things just because the way my mind works, I like to keep different various skills within my mind, or, within my universe or whatever. So I have different forms of outlet, which can also be hectic, by the way, so be careful with that sort of thing. If you're doing a lot of different types of projects at once, that can also scatter your brain too, so just keep that in mind. If there's something that you really want to strive for or practice, stick to that and keep doing that one thing. People will tell you this all the time, to just, keep painting, keep drawing, keep doing this one sort of thing, and eventually, like, keep drawing, like a turtle, for example. Like, if you want to get good at drawing turtles, just keep drawing turtles. Draw different types of turtles, draw different colored turtles, draw them with different scenery. Like, just practice one thing, and you will get better at it. That's how it works. I didn't get this, and I, there's parts of me too that doesn't consider me that great of an artist either. So there's this shadow element to art that you'll always have a grasp to, because, you can't have light without darkness, and you can't just have one perspective, and even on yourself. And you talk to any artist, any type of artist, they are okay, and I've told this to a couple people before. You are your biggest critic. You will always be your biggest critic with artwork. And let me know, I'll let you know right now that if anybody criticizes your artwork, I mean, and I'm talking criticism, right? Because you can get advice and opinions from other people, sure. But also be wary of that sort of thing, because a lot of that is egotistical. A lot of that comes from ego. Even if you're sitting there criticizing your own artwork, right? I'm also making, like, roach clips and stuff for my Etsy store. But, you are your biggest critic. And, if there's that type of energy coming from anybody else, don't listen to them. Listen to yourself. Listen to your own intuition all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I tell this to everybody. Like, spirituality there's no right or wrong way to do spirituality. Sure, there's, like, some consistent elements to spirituality. Sure. Like, energy is energy, period. And, it flows where... energy goes where energy flows, or something like that. It's not exactly how it's supposed to go, but you know what I mean? Like, there's no right or wrong way to do art. There's no right or wrong way to do spirituality. It just is. And it's expressing your own soul. And, you have to get better at expressing your own soul, or you're just going to hold on to a lot of, unkempt energy, like energy that you haven't swept up yet. Speaking of sweeping, I do need to clean my room. So, like, just keep that in mind. If anybody ever is, like, a big old critic, like, figure out where they're coming from. Is it ego? Are they really trying to help you? How did they say it to you? Like, what's going on with that sort of thing? I also do, like, little types of, if you were wondering what all this mess is over here, I also make, like, keychains and jewelry and stuff like that. I know it's a little... I'm organizing, I swear! Don't give me that. But, okay. Like, I know I'm kind of going a little bit over the place. I keep staring at this. I was talking about shadow art. This right here is, like, probably my biggest piece of shadow art. And I did this... I even added, like, some extra spirituality to this sort of painting. I don't know if you can see that gray area stuff. That's actually my intention. Incense ash. Because I like to burn incense, like, every morning over here. And that jar right there is next to my candle, next to my cards, and my chocolate. And I like to keep... Well, speaking of which, I need to put that in the jar. And I like to keep my ashes because I burn intention, like, throughout the day. I do it in the morning as soon as I wake up. I do it before I sleep. I do it throughout the day when I'm having my tea ceremony. Oh, speaking of tea. Chai. And, I also like to do it when I journal. So, there's a lot of stuff that kind of connects with each other. So you also have to keep that in mind. Like, doing artwork or, creating music. Creation, I think this is the best way to put this. Creation is what we're here for, right? Like, God created the universe, or whatever your beliefs are. The universe is within you. We're all connected to God universe, God consciousness. collective consciousness. Like, we all are like the universe individualized in tiny little pieces, and we all connect with each other through communication of different forms. Like, artwork's a different communication, music's communication, frequencies are communication, like just sharing like empath energy, like when you start to like, feel somebody else's like energy and their emotions just by being around them, that is also communication. It doesn't seem like it because it's not really something that we generally understand, but I can promise you it is another form of communication. And you'll learn that more and more as you go as an empath. And you'll find that you're an empath, even if you're not really aware of what that means. Like, you could find yourself actually being an empath, and then you'll probably understand more about your own energy and what you pick up from other people and from other artwork and from other music, because there's energy that's communicated in different forms, like I said. Like this is all communication. Energy is communicating. So, I think I'm kind of rambling. But, oh yeah, and then there's this piece that says a lot and means a lot. It's Under Pressure. So, there's different things that and like, I feel like this piece of art could really be, it could be expressed as, life being created, somebody, being fertile, somebody like about to have a baby, or it could also be your soul, crystallized, and you were born yourself under pressure, or your soul even, reawakening under pressure. See, that's coal and, diamonds and the number 777, which means a lot to me, and I think a lot of other people too, as far as spirituality goes. But yeah, like, even my fucking hair is a form of, expressing my own energy. So just like keep that in mind as far as like artwork goes, and and like I said, as far as artwork goes, that's music, that's writing a book is artwork. I don't care what you think it is. You're expressing what's inside of you. No matter what, if you're expressing what's inside of you, that is a form of artwork, which is communicating energy in a different form of communication. Let me show you my last painting that I was trying not to let you see the boobies with. And so basically this one is called In My Own Headspace. And I feel like this is probably a good way to end this video too. Like, when I do artwork, like I said, I kind of create my own energy bubble. I'm in my own world. I'm in my own element. And I'm communicating different feelings, different emotions, different things. So, I really hope this video doesn't get me flagged for this painting. It's a painting, please! Don't get upset. But, yeah, so, you create this energy bubble around yourself. Let me get off of this so I don't get flagged. When you're doing artwork, when you're expressing yourself, you're in your own element, you're, drawing, you're writing, you're creating music, whatever it is, you're in your own energy bubble, and subconsciously you create this energy bubble for yourself without even realizing it. And it feels genuine. It feels safe. And it feels like you're releasing. And maybe you don't recognize that or acknowledge that at first, but try to get what I'm talking about. Like, go do some art, some form of art, and, just kind of, keep track of your energy and what you're feeling at that time. And, maybe you can see what I'm talking about. So just try it out. You know what I mean? I think that's basically what I wanted to talk about. There's probably a lot more I could ramble about with artwork, but I really just wanted to mostly show you like my bubble, because I think that's what a lot of people are really interested in, because I get this a lot where people just are like, how do you keep your energy up so high? Like, how do you keep, your vibe so high and stuff? And this is how I do it. Like, I still have shit days too, of course. But, there's different things. There's different way to express spirituality. There's different ways to, communicate. There's different ways to restore your energy, like meditating and all that stuff. But we've talked about that in other videos. I'm showing you titties again. But just, practice something Do what feels best to you. Don't just, copy somebody else. I mean, you can get some advice and some, pick up on other people's artwork too. That's not necessarily copying, but do something that's individual to your own soul. Not only because, you don't want to go and copy other people, but because you want to express your own feelings. And you could feel that your own feelings are wrong, and you would be very wrong about that. So just I'm telling you, when you come from your own intuition, your own heart space, and your own spirituality, and your own individuality, there's a lot more to be released. You'll pick up on this too. Watch. If you do start copying other people, you won't feel the same. You won't feel that good energy. You won't. I mean, maybe you will because you're a weirdo. But no, seriously, there's certain type of energies that get released when you're expressing your own soul, not somebody else's. Think about that, okay? I'll leave it on that because this video is kind of getting a little bit long for just an art video, but just, keep that in mind. When you're wanting to express your own soul, you're wanting to express your own individuality, keep in mind what you are feeling and what you're releasing, and you'll know what this bitch was talking about. But seriously, just try it out. If you have any questions and you want me to elaborate a little bit, just leave some comments down below. DM me if you want something personal, and we'll talk about it. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button because I love y'all. Peace!